what were your first thoughts about the rookie cast?
Oh my God. I mean, I think I was most intimidated by Casey. She's from Big Brother. Her personality is so likable. And that is a huge threat politically for me because, you know, like that's one of the things I hold on to. I'm like, oh, people will be my friends. So hopefully I'll get far, you know?
Yeah.
But for her, she's so likable. So, and she also plays football. She plays in a women's football league. It's like nobody wants to see that girl on a field, you know?
Yeah.
And if you do see her, it's not going to be easy. So her, and then obviously Bailey came in hot. Oh my God. Like she's a scary woman, you know, like.
Yeah. Her intro scared me right away. Or like one of the first things she said, she was like, well, if you think you're going to beat me, just know that you're wrong, or something like that. That's usually pretty
feisty.
simple, but like the way she said it, I was like, oh shit, she could beat anybody at this point.
Right.
Super feisty.
And also in the first, the first house vote for who was going into elimination, and just Jay had said one thing about her fiance, and she was like, "What did you just say?" I was like, "Oh boy, this is those two together." Like, clearly nobody wants to mess with him because she will take your head off. But what did you think about the boy rookies?
I think immediately everybody was really scared of Fessy. You know, and I especially eye up guys in a different way because I'm like, okay, I have Jordan in the house. So how is this person going to affect my fiance's game? Like, is he a threat for him? So I'm not just worried about girls. I'm worried about guys just as much. So immediately I'm like, all right, how can I cut his Achilles tendon when he's sleeping? You know, and like make sure that he is never on the show again. But yeah, so he was scary. And Swaggy is also like, you don't even get to see like behind the scenes of Swaggy. They don't really show, but he's really good at math, you know? So there was like, and like, this is just stuff that we found out coming into the house. Yeah. So everybody has their own threat in a certain way.
What do you think about the people who, like Jay, for instance, he was talking about how he was on Survivor and he's like, I slept in dirt for 40 days. Like, I can do the challenge. What do you think about the people who come in and think automatically like, oh, this is the challenge, I got this? Because you guys obviously know how hard it actually is.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think Survivor's probably just as hard, you know? So I think maybe if you come from like Bad Girls Club and you're like, I've been on a show before,
or Love Island.
Okay, or Love Island, right? Like maybe it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to, but like for Survivor, I don't know. And you know, Jay really proved himself yesterday.
Yeah.
So it was, you can't sleep on the kid.
No. And you know, I feel like maybe it was a strategic thing, or I don't know why, like production, it wasn't in any of this stuff, because I feel like there's a lot of background kind of drama that has not been addressed at all. Obviously, Jay has been on, X on the Beach with Morgan and Johnny, and like all these connections that I was watching. I was like, I can't believe nobody's talking about this, but I'm hopeful that that'll happen eventually. And Asaph was on your season of Are You the One? That just didn't come up at all.
I know. Everyone keeps tweeting me that. They're like, it's like you guys weren't even like, it's like you guys never kissed. I'm like, honestly, now he's like my brother, so I'm really happy that we don't talk about it. You know? But I think that's just what happens when you go through so many like storylines in reality TV. Right. Like producers can really only focus on so many.
Right. Like he had so many other shows that I forgot, and I didn't even realize until I was on social media, because with his long hair and everything, I was like, this guy looks so familiar, but I haven't watched like Big Brother Israel. Like why why do I know who this is? Finally it connected.
Right. And they were more focused on showing him and Nani, which, he got sent home. So Nani, I don't know what happened with them now. But we saw the first challenge, and you really struggled with the math, which I really relate to because I'm so fucking bad at math. Like I can't do any math. It was just my worst subject. And I have always been like, oh, I want to go on the challenge. Not literally, just like when people are like, oh, reality show, what would you pick? I'm like, the challenge. Watching you deal with that immediately took that thought out of my head. I was like, never mind. How did you, what was going through your head at the time? Because you said you weren't focusing on the math problems.
I mean, math is something I'm terrible at. I've taken algebra 3 times and I'm not stupid, it just like, it doesn't click. It takes me a lot of effort and a lot of practice. it's like, I don't understand why they don't have like a write a poem contest in the challenge. Like I would crush that. I'm a great creative thinker, but like you put me in front of numbers and the numbers start to dance and they start to like do things. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So the moment I try to compute it and then I see a camera on my face and then people are screaming like, you got this, Tori. I'm like, I cannot think when you're screaming at me, you got this. Like that's not good encouragement when somebody's trying to like go through a math problem.
Right. So, you need like absolute silence.
I feel like it would, obviously they can't do this, but like if you just had like a little piece of paper that you could just scratch it, you know what I mean, would help a little bit, but obviously that takes away from the challenge.
It makes it way easier because you have to visualize in your head. It's way tougher. Yeah. But after you guys went through that first challenge, you finally got to see where you would be staying for this season. And it is underground. It's a bunker. It looked absolutely terrifying. Did you guys have any idea that you would be staying in a bunker, or were you expecting like the normal, nice challenge house?
Totally. I mean, I think that's like one of the cool things and one of the enticing things about the challenge is like, all right, you know, I get to go and I might have to do some crazy shit, but at the same time, at least I get to be in this awesome house by like a pool and like, you know, wear a bathing suit and just like a little bit on a vacation. You know, it always has that feel to it. Absolutely not. This time it was like, it was just, there's nothing that can explain how bad it was. I wish you knew what the toilet situation was like.
Oh,
you know,
God.
I wish you knew.
No air, right? Like no ventilation.
No ventilation. It was like a 5-minute round trip to the bathroom. I'm not kidding. So like if you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, like forget drinking at a bar and coming home and like having a midnight pee. Absolutely not. You'd be stumbling for an hour and a half trying to get to the bathroom and you'd get lost. And that's why you see me walking around with toilet paper because that was literally our life, you know? It was really intense.
That was so fitting for like this moment, you walking around with toilet paper. Like ironically, just having that while we're all stuck inside and everyone's running out of toilet paper, it just fit. And you're so right about the fact that it does seem kind of like a mixture. Obviously you're doing the challenge, but a vacation, whereas this one just seems like you are strictly there for the challenge. They put a gym in there, they put the track in there. Did you guys have any hint whatsoever that this was going to be it, or did you guys all really think, oh, we're going to another nice house where we could sit in the sun?
There was absolutely no hint at all. I mean, like maybe because we were in a colder climate, but then I'm like, oh cute, I'm gonna be a snow bunny, you know? Like, that's where my head goes.
Bikini by the hot tub type of picture with the snow.
Totally. Not like, didn't think that the pool was going to be freezing and it was going to be a polar plunge every morning. You know what I mean? Like I had to Wim Hof my way through the challenge. It was not, nobody had any idea it was going to be that bad.
That sucks for the rookies because you guys at least, you know, got to experience some nice houses. They think they're getting that.
Totally. Oh my God. And you know what, for viewers at home, like I just feel like it's so fitting that like we were quarantined in this like bunker and now everybody has to stay home and do things from home. And like, it's like, everyone has this weird vibe right now of like, oh my gosh, like life feels weird. I'm getting a little bit of anxiety. And I'm like, this is exactly what it feels like in a challenge. Just take your phone and like your entertainment away and then like fight your roommate for $1 million. And then you're in the challenge, you know, like that's basically what's happening.
I know. I see your Instagram post made me laugh. Like, oh, if you think, you know, this is tough, we're stuck in a bunker, so pretty prepared to deal with a quarantine situation right now.
Totally.
Like, of course, only the challenge would prepare you guys for what we're living in right now. It's just insane. True.